Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome if you're new. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into today's video. So for today's video, I'm going to be using the glitter collection from my last unboxing. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it in the cards above. But basically, I did a quick unboxing of everything I got from Kairose, which is a brand that I've been working with lately, and I really love her products. I did an unboxing. I asked you guys what would you like to see, and a lot of people said they wanted to see the acrylics, so that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video, and I'm so excited to show you how these came out. But first, I'm just starting off with a little bit of nail prep. I'm taking a mandrel and a sanding band with my drill, and I'm just going over the surface of my natural nails. I did have a little bit of peel off base, like the gel that I used for my last set, still left on my nails, so I'm just using a fine grit sanding band and just working over it to remove everything, and also just to like dehydrate the surface of my nails. You don't want anything on there before going on with like the nail tips or your product, so I just went ahead and removed that. I also did file down like the length of my nails a little bit, just because I didn't like how unkempt they look. I wanted to make this video all about Kairose, so I am going to be using a lot of her products. Like for the tips, I'm going to be using her XXL square tips. I'll have everything linked down below along with my discount code, because you can save some money off when purchasing using my discount code, as you guys all know. Once I picked out all of my sizes, I'm going to be using her brush on nail glue, and this is my first time trying this because I did unbox it in my last video. If you guys seen it, then you know. But for the first time using it, I did keep all of the footage in. I think I only sped it up just a tiny bit, just so like, you know, it's not like taking up too much time. But for the most part, I did leave in all of the footage. Usually I would like kind of cut it in between because I'm having to hold the nails on for so long for the glue to dry. But with this one, I didn't have any problems. Like even with my peel off base under it, I used my peel off base and a matte top coat. I didn't have any problems with it sticking. It did dry really fast, and this is a really good glue. And I'll probably stock up on this glue because a lot of my glue in my nail shed, because since it's been in here for a while, I know some of you guys probably don't know, but I have mentioned it before. I do have a nail shed, and like since it's been like really hot lately and it's been like really cold, like the weather in South Carolina is really bipolar, so it like fluctuates a lot, and I guess like it's kind of reacting, I guess. So the glue is basically not working how it should, and so I'm gonna have to throw all of my nail glue away, and I'll probably stock up on this pink nail glue from Kairose because I actually like it a lot. But so yeah, now that I got my nail tips applied, I did go ahead and cut them down to my desired length. They are still gonna be long because you guys know I love my long nails. And after that, I'm not gonna do anything else to the nail tips. I'm just gonna jump right into the application. And just going over more products that I am using from her, I'm going to be using her square dappen dish. And as you guys seen, I don't know if you've seen it, you can go back if you'd like to, but when I tried to open it, it wouldn't open, and I had to like use both hands. That's a spill proof on it. If it does like accidentally knock over, the top is going to be like really stuck on there because of like the suction, I guess. So definitely, if you are clumsy, or if you have that problem, or if you just want a safer dappen dish to where you don't have to like worry about it spilling, you can definitely check this one out. And also, of course, to match with the powders, I'm going to be using her EMA monomer as well. So for my application, I was really excited to use these acrylics. So if you guys remember in my last video, I did have some problems, or like it was very difficult to like try to come up with something using these acrylics because I didn't want to do too much, and I did talk about it in my last video. But if you haven't seen it, basically I was like having a dilemma on how I should use them. I didn't want to use them and like go crazy, do too much, and then the nails just become tacky. But I also wanted to make sure I was doing enough to showcase all of these glitters. I knew for sure I wanted to use this collection. I did have like some cover colors, like some nudes and stuff like that, but I wanted to focus on these because they were just so freaking pretty. I did draw out a template using some of the templates from Kate. I'll put it up on the screen. This was basically like my original idea. And as you can see, I'm starting like the ombre on my middle nail, just using several of these colors here. I should have incorporated a yellow. I don't think I incorporated the yellow greenish color, but I should have. But yeah, for the most part, it is going on pretty nicely. I love the way these glitters, like, they don't really move a lot. I feel like they're very easy to use. So as you can see, this is how the nail is looking so far. But for some reason, like at the time, I didn't feel like the colors were bright enough, or I didn't really like the transitional ombre. I mean, it looks good, but I was like, there's something about the colors that's not like doing it for me. Like, no, I feel like a better way to say it, like, these colors are all very, very pretty. But I felt like since I was like only using a little bit in tiny sections to do my ombre going down my nail, I felt like I didn't have enough of that specific color to make the opacity as bright as I wanted it to look, if that makes sense. I was gonna repeat that over like 2 more of my nails, as you guys remember from the nail template. I was just gonna do that so I can incorporate all of the pretty colors all together. But I didn't like it in the moment, so for that I'm just gonna go ahead and go over to my ring finger, and I'm gonna be using this cover color here called Fawn, and just doing a simple solid application over the entire nail. And in this time I am just kind of thinking about like, what else can I do to just make up for the changes. I feel like that's something that's also like I do a lot. I change a lot of stuff. Like, when I'm starting to record a video, I'll think of something and I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna change anything. But once I start doing the nail set, I end up changing it anyway. But for this one, I think it turned out for the better, I guess. Even though at the end I feel like it did look pretty good, because after this and before I encapsulated that ombre nail, I did add a little bit more of the same colors on top, just so the opacity becomes a little bit brighter. I don't think I showed it on camera, but I did do that off camera, just so you guys know. But yeah, here I'm just working on this solid nail, and once I'm finished, I think I'm gonna use this to do like some French tips, so we'll get into that once I start. So moving on to my pinky nail, on my nail template palette that I drew out, I'll pop it back up on the screen so you guys can see it again. One of my nails did have like a French tip. I can't remember which one it was, but you guys can see it here on the screen. I just got the idea to just do the rest of my nails French tips, because I feel like French tips always look really nice. But the thing is, I was hesitant to try. I mean, I was willing to do it on one nail, but I was kind of hesitant to try it on 3 of my nails, because I'm gonna finish this off with doing some acrylic Frenches for my pinky, my index, and my thumb. I think I suck at doing the acrylic Frenches because I can never get them to be the shape I want them to be. So for this, I really just took my time and just tried to like scope it out. I didn't want to add too much acrylic because I didn't want it to be like too much to work with, being too runny and, you know, just doing everything all over the place, trying to do everything at once. So I did keep my beads pretty small until I scoped out like the smile line area, and then I worked back up towards the cuticle area and just finished that off and made the height where it needed to be. Because when it comes to filing these, I guess you can do them in like different ways, but for me, I like to file them and then go in with the second color and then just encapsulate. You don't really have to encapsulate. You can just like file everything down for it to just become, you know, really neat. But since I am going to be using glitter on the tips, I did have to encapsulate. So I'm just gonna fill in like the tips of my nails with that shade, not really trying to build it up or anything, because I will have to end up filing and I don't want to file away the glitters. So I'm just gonna be filling that in a little bit later, and then just doing some encapsulating, and then of course you'll see how the filing turns out. But for now, I am just taking my time, just really nicely, and yeah, just pretty much making sure that it gives like that nice French tip look. I know sometimes when I used to do these types of nails, it would always come out crooked, so I was just really hoping that wasn't the case for these. And yeah, I'm pretty much almost done. I'm gonna do my thumb off camera and I'll come back and let you guys see how it looks. And so this is how all of the nails look. For my thumb, I did think it didn't turn out the best. I think it's because my thumb is a lot wider, so it just kind of took me a minute to fill in that space. But I am going to do some filing. I just finished all of my Frenches, so I'm going to give them some time to dry. And just being productive in the meantime, I'm going to be taking the Kairose clear acrylic and just encapsulating my glitter ombre nail. And this kind of did take me a minute. I feel like my beads are a little bit runny, but I did manage to just get everything where it needed to be. I guess it doesn't really matter, just as long as everything encapsulated, so that when I go to file, it doesn't mess up the glitters. So after getting that nail encapsulated, I'm gonna go back to my smile line Frenches, and I'm gonna take a nail file and just basically just shape it up a little bit, make sure that it looks a little bit neater. And I'm not gonna go too much like towards the tip of it, like the actual center of the smile line. I'm just really working the sides so that it looks like a perfect French. I think that's the main thing. And while I'm filing this, I am trying to add pressure towards the actual acrylic, because if I just put pressure towards the nail tip, it's just gonna foul like and make my nail tip really thin. So that's why it's super important that when you are doing acrylic Frenches like this, you want to make sure that they have enough like height to them, so that once you go to file them, you actually have something to file. Because if you make them too thin, it's gonna be very difficult. Trust me, I've tried when I was like starting out, and that's just something I learned with doing them. And of course I did my thumb off camera. But now I'm going to be taking these acrylics again, these glitter acrylics, and just fill that in on the tip. So remember I was saying how I felt like the ombre nail didn't have enough opacity to them, because these glitters like separately on the swatches and everything, like they are some really gorgeous acrylics. I just felt like since I was using them in like such small spaces, the opacity wasn't as bright as I wanted them to look. So for these, I'm just going to be using one simple color on the tips of these nails. I'm going to be using 3. So for this one, I'm using the purple. On my index nail, I think I'm going to use the blue, and then on my thumb I'm going to use the pink. And yeah, that's basically how I'm going to finish these off. I think by themselves, they do look a lot brighter. So I think that was a good thing. Also, with this mixture of like acrylics, they all give that like reflective green type of look. And you will see it like later once I'm done. When I add on the top coat, you can still kind of see it here because this blue is like you can just kind of see like the green undertones to it. Personally, that's not really a favorite thing of mine. I don't really love it that much when like the glitters are reflecting like that green, because sometimes I feel like if you are going with a specific color in mind and then like in the sun or like in certain lightings and certain angles, it start to look a whole different color, and then it just kind of like doesn't even match anymore. So if I did have to say one thing about these acrylics, I would say that the color shift kind of throws me off a little bit, but I do love the acrylics, and like them by themselves are very gorgeous still. So I would still recommend these. Just kind of be careful if you do grab these for yourself. Just kind of be careful when it comes to like what you are going to be doing with them, because like this pink one here, it looks really nice, but under certain areas and like certain lights, the green will start to show up a lot more. And like, you know, like what if you just don't want like green to show through this nail set at all? It's, you know, it just kind of throws it off. But for the most part, these are really great acrylics. They are really easy to work with. But as I finish that up, adding on the glitter acrylics to the tips, now I'm gonna go back to my pinky and just encapsulate them, which I am gonna speed up a little bit so it doesn't take too much time. But yeah, just make sure to encapsulate them, and then of course after this I will go back in and shape, file, and buff, and then I'll be back to show you guys how I'm gonna dress these nails up and design them. If you have made it up to here, I want to say thank you for watching today's video. If you are enjoying today's video, you can let me know by leaving a like, subscribing if you haven't already, or just leaving a simple comment. Anything you do to interact with my channel helps me out a lot. And also, I just wanted to say I am even more closer now to 100,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for everyone who continues to show me support, like, comment, and share my videos. It really means a lot to me. I'm super appreciative. But yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys finish up the rest of this. I'm gonna let it play through the filing as well. I'm only gonna show one nail of me filing on camera just because it, you know, ultimately is the same thing. So I felt like one nail was enough. And in that process, I'm going to shape them, file them, and then buff them, and then I'll be back, as I stated before, to show you how I'm gonna dress them up. So now that I got these nails shaped, filed, and buffed and cleansed off, for the theme of these nails, I was really confused, but I was talking to a friend and she came up with the idea to make these like candy nails because they were just like I don't know, I just felt like the candy theme was kind of irresistible, because when I told you guys I was thinking about fairies, but I didn't want to keep doing like the same thing over and over again, like making them whimsical and stuff like that, because then I would have to do like the wings and the vines, and I already did that on like my strawberry nails. Even though those types of designs are super easy and I like them a lot, I just didn't want it to feel like I was, you know, doing the same thing over and over again. So when she came up with the idea to make these like candy nails, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with it. So yeah, I basically pulled out some charms. I got these charms from Temu a while ago. So I'll try to link them down below. It's so hard to find the links for these things because they always get discontinued, as some of you probably know already. But yeah, sometimes it's really hard to go back and find these links, so I'll try to link it below if I can. But for now, I'm just adding on some top coat, and this top coat is the glossy top coat from Kairose. It's such an amazing top coat. It's like the perfect consistency. It's not super thin like a builder gel, and it's also not like really thin to where you can tell it's like, you know, like those cheaper and expensive top coats. Is such a perfect balance. And I just went in over all my nails and applied some top coat because I was pretty much done with everything under it. I'm just gonna put like some charms and rhinestones on top, so I just went ahead and sealed everything in. And for the most part, just to finish everything off, it was still kind of difficult because I did end up changing like two of my nails, because I was gonna do the vertical ombre on two more of my nails, but I ended up changing it, so I just kind of had to like work around it. But eventually I just end up putting like some gummy bear charms, like for my ring finger I put a purple gummy bear charm on there. And for my French tip nails, I'm just gonna match out a few color like charms and just adding them towards like the center and just doing like a cluster design, I guess you can say, like right on like my smile line area. I chose this area because for one, it will obviously just look better, and two, because when I was like doing my smile lines and my French tips, I didn't want them to be like super uneven, so it's kind of like me hiding the imperfections, you could say. So that's why I chose this and like just doing like a cluster. And just to add on to it, I did add on some like rhinestones to just kind of be like, you know, some fillers in some areas. So for my pinky nail, I did do purple charms, like it's like a purple bag of grapes or something, and then like a purple flower. And then as you can see, for my index nail, I did do blue on there, so I'm gonna be adding more of like blue charms. I did add a blue lollipop, some flowers, and just stuff like that. That's basically gonna be the theme for it. I was kind of not really liking it, like as I was doing it I wasn't really feeling it, honestly. But I think like just because I can look at these nails as like being kawaii, like clustered junk nails in a way, I feel like that did make it a lot better because it didn't have to be super perfect. Okay, that's pretty much how I'm gonna finish off today's set. I'll let you guys finish watching it, and then after I cure on everything, I will be back to show you guys how the finished set looks. So now that I got everything on the nails, I did go ahead and add on some colored rhinestones just to match like the different color themes and just to fill in some space on that gummy bear nail. Now I'm going to be adding on some cuticle oil, and this cuticle oil is the one I unboxed in my Kairose unboxing. It is peach scent and it smells so good. You guys have to try it. Again, everything will be linked down below. But once I rub this in to re-nourish my cuticles, this is how the finished set looks. And I think these are pretty good. I love the candy theme. Like they're really like, they definitely gives me like that junk, like candy, like sweets, junk candy type of vibes. So even though I wasn't really feeling it, I didn't have like a specific plan. I feel like they did come together and I like how these look a lot. I feel like the glitters were so fun to work with and I do love them a lot. So I definitely recommend these to you guys. If you don't have any like this in your collection, definitely check them out from Kairose. And this set was actually really fun. I love just adding charms on my nails, so that was like a fun part. So yeah, I'll leave everything I use from Kairose down below in my description box. Don't forget to use my discount code to save some money off when purchasing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Let me know how you enjoyed today's set. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.